What's going on YouTube? Jeff Tuffman here with episode 20 of the Glorious Podcast, where we're going to review Smackdown Live August 8th, 2017. Smackdown was okay. I'll start off by saying that. Both shows this week, neither of them pissed me off. I wasn't, really angry at either show this week. Both shows were somewhat decent. Not the best, but they were decent. They, they'll do. Whatever. But let's talk about SmackDown. Nothing really eventful happened, but it was okay. It didn't put me to sleep. John Cena opened the show. He's confronted by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin now has new music as well, so everybody's getting new themes these days. His theme's okay. It's not, it's better than Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan's theme is awful. Let's just say that. But anything's better than that at this point. But I don't know. I think I like his old one better though, Corbin's. But nonetheless, he confronts Cena, as we expected, after their little brawl after SmackDown last week. A match is announced for SummerSlam between them, so Cena versus Corbin at SummerSlam is now added to the SummerSlam card. Interesting match. I feel like Corbin should win, right? I mean, Cena should put over Corbin. That would be good for Corbin, especially if Corbin's about to win the WWE Championship sometime around the corner, which is it's being rumored right now that he'll win. I'm assuming sometime maybe like October. I think maybe like Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. That I think is the first SmackDown pay-per-view after SummerSlam. Hearing the rumors now are for Jinder to defeat Nakamura, and then Jinder will drop the title to a top babyface on SmackDown, and then Corbin will cash in on that babyface. That whoever that babyface is, I don't know, is expected to have the title for a very short time, possibly a matter of only minutes. So maybe at the same show, or maybe that Tuesday or whatever. Who knows when it's going to happen? But I'm assuming Hell in a Cell. I don't know who the babyface will be. That will be interesting to find out. But anyway, it would be really smart for Corbin to get the win here over Cena at SummerSlam. So that match should be somewhat decent. So anyway, the Usos take on Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger. Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger in a tag team. I mean, I don't know if they're a permanent tag team now, but it would be a pretty decent idea to maybe put them together like permanently or something. I don't know, maybe give them a tag team run or whatever, because they both have a lot in common, Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger. Not only are they both Canadian, but they're both very similar in the way they're booked. They're both misused talent. They're both very, talented people in the business who aren't getting what they deserve. Ty Dillinger should be in a legitimate feud, and they legit have nothing. We're like a week away from SummerSlam. Now we have one more show, one more SmackDown before SummerSlam, and Ty Dillinger has nothing. Sami Zayn has nothing, and he's been up on the main roster. We all thought back in April when he came over to SmackDown that we're going to finally get to see, Sami Zayn used to his potential. But no, it's like the Raw booking just like carried over with him to SmackDown, and he just hasn't. He's legit. Nothing's different about Sami Zayn on SmackDown than Sami Zayn on Raw. Ever since he's come to the main roster, he just hasn't done anything. I mean, his feud with Kevin Owens last year, all right, that was okay. Ever since that, there's nothing for him. I don't know. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they should be a tag team. I mean, you see, they put Ambrose and Rollins back together over on Raw, so maybe they're just gonna put guys who are kind of lost together and make them a tag team. I don't know. It's an interesting duo. I don't know. I doubt they're going to be put together as a tag team. But the Usos get the win. Then the New Day attack the Usos after the match. It was announced that they're having a match at SummerSlam. So I don't know. I think they should add some stipulation to that maybe next week. The Usos and the New Day match for the SmackDown tag titles, because I don't know. I just feel like it could use a stipulation or something. I was thinking like a 2 out of 3 fall. It's just something different than a regular 2-on-2 tag team match. Women's action. Charlotte defeats Lana. Nothing crazy here. Lana, I don't know. I don't care for Lana. I honestly just don't care for her. I really think she needs to go to like NXT. There is this rumor going around right now that there are, maybe after SummerSlam, there are going to be people on the main roster actually going back down to NXT, which would be a little bit interesting. They haven't necessarily, they've done that before with a few people, I think. But that would be a little interesting to see some people go back down. Some names that have been mentioned are Enzo Amore, that maybe he'll go back to NXT, which it almost seems like will happen. I mean, I don't know. Enzo Amore is really lost right now. There's all these rumors with the backstage heat and everything. and there's all this stuff. Every day something new comes up with Enzo backstage or whatever. So he's really dug himself into a hole. Lana would definitely. I don't think they'll put Lana back in NXT though. She could use it, but I doubt they'll do it. Maybe a name like Apollo Crews, kind of like guys who are kind of. I heard it was like guys who were successful down in NXT who came to the main roster and really just kind of haven't been lost in the shuffle. So it'll be interesting to see. It's almost a demotion. It looks like a demotion if they're going back to NXT, but all in all, it's actually a promotion in a lot of people's mind because the main roster, nothing happens. You're booked better in NXT. I mean, personally, Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger, I would love to see them back in NXT. They were both booked great down there, but I doubt they'd take them two off SmackDown or whatever. So yeah, Charlotte gets the win over Lana. The Naomi feud with Natalya at SummerSlam. They're supposed to have a match at SummerSlam. Naomi had a match later that night against Carmella. Carmella picked up the win, and we got to witness the return of James Ellsworth. I had a feeling it was coming. I heard rumors, and I was like, oh no, he's back again. He's gonna be the reason Carmella ends up cashing in and winning the women's title. I don't know when she's gonna do it. I feel like SummerSlam is really possible that it will happen there. Naomi and Natalya, though. I said like 3 weeks ago at Battleground when Natalya won that I said I didn't want to see this feud then, and I said I'll give it a chance. I'll see how the build is. Maybe I'll change my mind. Well, here we are, one episode to go until SummerSlam, and they have done absolutely nothing in this Natalya-Naomi feud to make anybody want to be interested in this match. I mean, hell, put this match on the freaking pre-show. Unless Carmella is going to cash in. Unless they have plans of Carmella cashing in. I think it's going to happen because nobody, this would just be a dead match. So I feel like they have to have Carmella cash in. It would just make things more interesting. They have legit done nothing with Naomi and Natalya to build this match that they're having for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Nothing has been done yet. So I don't know if they're going to... There's really no time left. I mean, unless they do something crazy next week or whatever. I doubt that it would work, but I have zero... I'm not looking forward to it at all. Zero interest in it. But skipped over this here. Let's go back to this. Shane McMahon is the referee, as we know, in the AJ Styles Kevin Owens match. They have a little segment. He, announces the rules, lays the rules out for the match, whatever. They bring up the Montreal Screwjob and everything. Of course, Kevin Owens brings it up, gets a pop from the crowd, but then he goes back and, gets that heel heat. That's what's so great about KO. AJ Styles, it ended up with AJ Styles doing a Pele kick onto Shane McMahon by accident. Obviously not on purpose. I have this weird feeling something's going to happen in this match, or at least after this match. I don't know. I feel like AJ could be turning heel again, or maybe even Shane McMahon could turn heel. Like, I have this weird feeling Shane McMahon will end up helping Kevin Owens win the United States title over AJ Styles and turn heel. I don't know. I just feel like it could happen. If not that, it's Styles is going to turn heel, but more likely Shane McMahon turns heel on AJ Styles and helps KO in their match at SummerSlam. That would be very interesting. I wasn't necessarily looking forward to Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles again. I mean, I'm sure it would be a good match. I was expecting them to do Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, maybe like a no disqualification match, and then AJ would take on Shinsuke. That didn't happen. I guess they don't want to go to AJ and Shinsuke yet. Maybe save that till WrestleMania. So, whatever. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. It's a little interesting now. They're kind of like really making it seem interesting. I really feel like Shane McMahon might turn heel at SummerSlam. The main event, the most exciting main event in SmackDown history, Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. Like we have never seen this match before. I mean, it's not like this is a rare match here. This is a dream match. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal again. Oh, in a grudge match. I mean, they're trying to hype this up to get people interested. Nobody wants to see this match. Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. We've seen this at the last 3 pay-per-views in the main event. This feud's done. I mean, I get the feud's done, but they just had to put it on again. They have a match. Randy picks up the win. And then Rusev, right in the last seconds of SmackDown before it went off the air, up on the stage, comes out, kicks Orton in the face, and that's how they end the show. So it was an okay episode of SmackDown. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate Raw or SmackDown this week. I didn't hate either of them. I hated Raw last week. SmackDown was good the last 2 weeks. It was okay this week. I really don't know what show to say. If I had to pick one show to be better, I feel like I ran into this a few weeks ago. where I couldn't really pick one that was better. I think it was like 3 weeks ago. It's really hard. I really don't know which one to pick. I might give the edge to Raw this week. Surprising. I don't usually pick Raw over SmackDown, but I feel like Raw maybe was a little bit better. Not much, though. They were really equal from my viewpoint. So, I don't know. We have one more week until SummerSlam. Well, one more, not necessarily from now, but one more, show for each. Next week's are the go-home shows. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully Raw's good. Hopefully SmackDown's good. It'd be interesting to see what else gets announced. How many more matches are going to get announced. I don't know. I mean, they're really not hyping up a whole lot. Like, I feel like last year's SummerSlam was, I said this before in like my Raw review yesterday or whatever. They're hyping up, like they're not hyping up as much matches that they did last year. I felt like it was much more built better last year than this year. I mean, they're really making that Fatal 4-Way match on Raw. That's going to be, they're centering the show around that, obviously. But, I mean, on SmackDown, I mean, what's the real, excitement here? I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal. I'm not even really excited for that match. I mean, it's kind of an interesting match. It's two different styles, really. Shinsuke's got, like, that strong style, and then Jinder's more of just, like, a different, like, style. It's just going to be a mix of weird styles. But then again, sometimes, different styles mix well together, and it's a good match. Someone said that. Some superstars. I think it was, like, AJ Styles or something. I don't know. In the past, but I don't know. Hopefully that happens. I'm not really excited for the match itself, especially with the fact that it's rumored that Jinder's going to retain the title. I mean, Randy Orton versus Rusev. I'm sure. I mean, that might even be on the pre-show for all we know. Carmella versus not Carmella. Naomi versus Natalya. I'm not excited for that at all. Shane McMahon is the referee. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. That might be the only match I'm really excited about. And I've been saying that for like the last 3 SmackDown pay-per-views, that's the only match I really look forward to. I mean, the Usos versus the New Day again, nothing really intriguing there unless they add like a stipulation. And then John Cena versus Baron Corbin, sure, it will be a decent match, but nothing really to it, And then, you got guys like Sami Zayn and Ty Dillinger who are not even going to get used and will probably get thrown on the pre-show. Sami Zayn was on the SummerSlam pre-show last year, too. And I said before with Ty Dillinger, if they aren't going to do anything, what was the point of even him bringing him up? They legit could have kept him in NXT, and then he could have been called up next week after SummerSlam on SmackDown, or Raw maybe if they wanted him on Raw, but rather SmackDown, because he hasn't done anything since he came up to the main roster since WrestleMania. He's been in a feud with Aiden English. That's it. Aiden English. And he's had like 5 matches with him on the pre-shows and stuff. And then Sami Zayn, like I said, it's been almost a year now, and he was on the pre-show of SummerSlam last year, and here we are 1 year later, and he doesn't even have a match at SummerSlam. Unbelievable how bad WWE booking is these days. It's just atrocious. So, 1 more week to go. Let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown last night in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description. As always, leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and then I will see you sometime later this week with some news videos right here on the Glorious Podcast.